All right, so let's get pulling. We're gonna start with over here. So I got my slide hammer, a little bit different than the one we have at Bosie's, but does the same task. So I lock it in. Now this door isn't attached to anything, so I gotta put a little bit of my body weight into it to hold it. So I'm gonna pull up, and I give it a pop. I'm gonna release it. That brought that up a decent amount right away, but I don't want to pull it all at once because I have multiple pins here. So I'm gonna go to this one. Lock it in, I'm gonna pull up again. So now I need another pin in the middle, just to bring this little center up here, but these two outers came right up. So let's try putting a pin there in the middle. Up. I already had a pin here once, but I need another one. Straighten that out a little bit. Lock it. Give it a pop. With this, it doesn't take a lot of pressure and effort. It's just a matter of being finessing and checking. So I'm checking in between the studs. This area feels good. I'm not going to pull these studs off yet in case I need them again. I'm going to bend them over so I don't get stuck with them. Now I'm going to start with this. Now when we talked in class, we talked about starting from the outside and working our way in. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start on these outer pins. Then I'm going to work into these inner pins to bring this whole area back up. Because remember, the dent is starting all the way up top here, comes all the way out here, and ends, my drawing might be a little off, it ends about here. So let's start at the top. Lock it in. Once again, I'm using my body to put pressure down on the door while I pull up. And I can feel that needs a second. I'll give it a second pop. That came up nicely. Now I got to start working down the other end. Not trying to do a whole lot at once. I'm going to skip. I'm going to do this pin. That was a test pull. It didn't really do much. So that means I got a little bit of tension that I need to relieve. So I'm going to come back to that middle pin that I skipped. And that came up. So now I go, this one I don't think I'm going to need to hit again, so I'm going to move that out of my way. This one I'm probably still going to hit, but I'm going to skip it now. I'm going to go to this pin. And what I'm doing is I'm walking this dent up. This is the deepest part over here. So I want to get rid of this shallow. So all I got to do is pull on most likely 1, 2, 3. So I skip, I go to this one. I release it. I want to work this dent upward, so I'm going to go to this one. Each hit, I'm pulling this up a little bit. So now my deepest part of the dent is right here in this triangle. I do still have a little bit right here from this and this. I'm actually going to give a second hit on this one. try and force that whole area up, which feels like it did. So now I just down to a creasing in here. I'm skipping, I'm hitting. I pull it off. Now I'm going to go to this one that I skipped. And now this area still feels a little low, so I'm going to hit this one more time. Remember guys, I'm not doing heavy hits. These are all light. I was doing a heavy hit this whole door, you can see, come right off, so I'm not hitting it heavy. So now I feel good around here. I'm feeling low at this one. This is one of the ones we skipped before. I'm going to give this one a slight pop. All right, that feels like that's good. So now you guys asked about this creasing on the edge. I can't get rid of this creasing until I have all this metal raised to where it needs to be. So my next goal is to check it. Right back to my ruler. I'm going to come in. I get myself as close to eye level as I can get it. I'm checking in between the studs across the panel. So I have to raise this up a little more. That's looking pretty good. I gotta raise this up a little more. So that one's gotta get raised and this one's gotta get raised. That's looking good. This one possibly raised a little bit more. Yep, this one's gotta get raised a little bit more. And that one's pretty good. So I've already made a big difference. Let's bring this camera over so you can see a little better. So now we just got this crease across this edge. And that's gonna be done with hammer and dolly. I'm not gonna remove any studs yet, and I'm not gonna pull on any studs, even though I've seen these spots are low, until I work this crease. Let's see if this will let me set you back up. I'm going to bring you down and over. Let's see here. You can see that crease. Let's see if I can get this a little bit better. An angle. So yeah, there's that crease. You can see how the light's hitting this side, but this side not as much. So I'm taking, sorry, it's hard to focus in on something this big in this area. This is a heel dolly. I'm using my favorite hammer. I'm going to put the dolly under this edge to support it. I don't want to hit this and fold this edge. I want the edge to stay out. I want to fold in that little bit of metal. So I can go face. Cross peen. In this case, I'm going to be going face. I'm not looking to hit the dolly itself. I'm hitting the steel. I'm putting a little bit of pressure up. This area I'm getting into a curve. I'm actually going to use this side, using this short side here instead of this long side. Remember, checking is key. Every couple of things I do, I'm coming back through and checking. So now I hit enough right here that I actually brought this edge low. I got to bring this edge back up. That is almost dead perfect. This, I got the edges a little low, but I'm looking good in between. Good. Still got that low spot. That's where I got to pull with that pin. So I'm going to do a little bit more on this edge right here and here. And for that, I'm actually going to be going the reverse. So I'm going down to a broad pick hammer. I'm going to be putting my dolly on the surface. And I'm going to be coming underneath. I have the same thing up here, so I'm going to work my way in. And once again, I'm coming across and I'm checking. Everything I do is a check. I want to make sure that I don't make myself extra work when I'm done. So I got to go pull this a little bit more up. I only went to here. I actually had to go a little bit further. That's starting to look good. I'm going to pause this off. I'm going to clip all these. I'm going to regrind the area. And we're going to check the area again.